Welcome to the Origin Summer Preview with the Dice Tower. In this series, we look at recently released and upcoming games for summer 2014. And now, recorded live at Origins 2014. Here's your host, Ryan Metzler.
Hi everybody, I'm Ryan Metzler and I'm here with John Goodenough today of Alderac Entertainment Group. Today we're going to be taking a look at Pagoda, which is a new game in their line. John, can you tell us a little bit about Pagoda, please?
Sure. Pagoda was originally published by Pegasus Games, and so we're in partnership with them. Pagoda is a two-player game, so you're just going head-to-head with an opponent. The premise of the game is the Emperor of China is coming, and you are trying to impress him by building the most fabulous pagodas.
Yeah, I like the 3D representation out on the board.
Yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
It's a very kind of tactile game, and at the end of the game, your game becomes art. So it's one of those, like, at the end of the game you want to take photos, and it just looks so pretty.
I do that with all of my games, but I think maybe for the little more common player, it would be very cool to take pictures of them. So.
The rules for the game are actually very simple, but it gives you a lot of strategic decisions. So everything that you build, you have to use a card of that color.
Okay.
So how building stuff works is pagodas, start at ground level and build up.
Sure.
To build a column, you play a card of that color, and then you take one of the cubes and put it here.
Okay.
Once there are 4 cubes, then you can build a floor on top of it.
Okay, and that uses the same cards?
So it uses the same cards, so every player is going to have 5 cards in front of them as a display, and then 2 cards in hand.
Okay.
So this gives information to your opponent
as to what you already have.
But you still have some surprises up your sleeve. To be able to build a floor, you have to take a floor that matches the color of the columns underneath it.
Okay.
So to be able to do that, you spin your card, take the top tile.
Okay.
However, you place the card sideways like this.
Okay.
Because it doesn't count towards your building limit.
Okay. So you have a limitation as to how many pieces you can build.
Yeah, you can only build 3 columns.
Okay.
But you can build as many floors as you want.
So 3 columns per turn, but as many floors as you would like. Yep. I can understand.
And so this just tracks. You can only have 3 cards that go vertically.
Sure.
And
as many as you want horizontally.
Or as cards as you have left over. But
sure, of course.
The other neat thing about building the floors is it unlocks abilities. It unlocks your special powers here. So I played a green floor, and this unlocks my green powers when you slide it all the way over. And this, I can use this twice.
Ah, I see, before it resets.
Yep. So floors not only give you victory points, like everything you build gives you victory points, but also this is what gives you special powers.
Okay, and then kind of changes how the game will play.
Yep, and one thing I mentioned is, so when you build a floor, you get 1 victory point.
Okay.
When you build columns, they're worth a number of victory points equal to how high it is, to the level.
Okay.
So the first level is worth 1 victory point each, second level 2 victory points, third level 3 victory points. So that's kind of the gist of the game as you're building up. Where it gets interesting is when you need to build the top floor.
Okay. And the top floor is dictated by?
It's the fourth.
The fourth floor.
The 4th floor. So, for example,
so once we build these yellow columns, we'll put a yellow on top of it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of doing the speed version here.
Sure.
And so the tricky thing about building the top one is you have to build the floor and the column is like one action.
Okay.
So in this case, I have to build a yellow
plus another yellow
floor, and then I'm actually going to have to build red.
Ah, I see.
So for example, I play 1 card for the floor.
Yep.
But the top one you flip over.
Okay, double-sided. And now it's a roof.
And then this one actually costs 2 cards.
Okay, so it's double. In order to cap it off.
And then you have your, gorgeous, beautiful, stunning pagoda that's complete.
With a spire on top and everything.
Yep. And that's, these are the money makers. This gives you 6 victory points. It's the, the highest scoring thing you can make.
Sure.
The game ends once 3 pagodas have been completed.
Okay.
And it's a very, kind of tight
A little bit of a back and forth, trying to figure out what your opponent has hidden behind their hand and how to best effectively use your cards.
Yeah, and abilities. I mean, abilities,
Absolutely.
these are, I mean, they're not super groundbreaking powerful, but if you use them at the right time, they can really come in handy.
So, for example, like what are a couple examples of the abilities that are out here?
The fan allows you to draw 2 extra cards, so you can hold 4 cards in your hand.
Okay.
So you have more options.
A little bit more and more hidden information.
Right, more surprises for your opponent. The dragon allows you to discard cards and
kind of cycle out stuff you don't need.
So yeah, flush out, try to find the color you want.
Sure.
The rice bowl and the Buddha. This basically it allows you to use 2 cards
as a wild. Exactly. Okay.
And then the red balloon. You are limited normally to only building 3 columns per turn, but that allows you to build a 4th.
Ah, okay. And so you can use each of those twice in order to kind of advance your strategy. Well, it sounds very interesting. Thank you for taking the time to show it to us today. Is this game currently available out on the market?
It just came out, so it's hot off the press, and we do have some copies available at Origins. So swing by the booth. They're fairly limited, so get there soon before they run out.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you join us for the rest of our summer preview videos. We'd like to thank Gamma and Origins for making these videos possible. And we hope that all of you have fun gaming. See you next time.